Hi everybody, welcome to Crafting by the Bay. My name is JC and today I'm going to share with you my favorite DIY products. So I hope you'll join me. If you're seeing this part, you're probably catching the replay, so hashtag replay. Let me know you stopped by. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, you can actually fast forward this part through the speaking to the actual project. But when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're there. Let me know where you're watching from. Setting up today's keyword. Today's keyword is summer. So if you type the word summer into the comments, you are going to get a private message right here on Facebook with the link to the supplies I'm using, Etsy. Also, if you are not in my VIP group, you will get the link to that group. All right, let me share this to my VIP group. Hi, Linda, how are you? Okay, I think I got that all shared. We're gonna do a chalking project today, and we're going to make this Hello Summer door round from my husband's Etsy shop. And then we are also going to be chalking this apple orchard sign on a chalkboard that is in Last Chance. Thank you for sprinkling. Hello, Amy. So this chalkboard that we're gonna use today is in Last Chance. And so once it sells out, it will be gone. And it is a chalkboard and it's double-sided. So there's white and a black side and you can just flip it. There's two sizes of this honeycomb frame and they both are in Last Chance. So if you type the word summer into the comments, you'll get the link as well for all the Last Chance stuff. But we are going to start, if I can get this piece of fuzz off here. I got a new painting mat so I wouldn't have to keep using like paper and different stuff. But everything wants to stick to it. So we are going to do this Hello Summer door round from my husband's Etsy shop. This is a 12-inch sign. And we are going to paint it, and then we're going to also do the chalkboard sign. So hopefully I can remember, I'm going to use this piece of cardboard and tape. Hopefully I have my tape. I think somebody might have taken it. Let's see. I share this desk with two other people and someone is always taking my stuff. I'm just gonna use some packaging tape. You just saw that on Etsy, looks cute. Aw. I cannot see who is above you, Linda. Okay, so we are going to put some tape on this piece of cardboard to put the florals so I can put them in the same exact way. I don't want to mess them up, but welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is having a great day. It's Friday. All right, so I'm gonna stick these on here in the same order. I do not want to accidentally get them out of order because I won't know how they go. All right, so the easiest way to paint things like this is to tape them down. If you have an ink mat from my website, you could use an ink mat. So we're gonna put those there, and then the back of the round, we are going to paint, actually let's start with the florals. I'm gonna start with the florals so then I can move it back over there because this mat is sort of hard to move. So we're gonna start with these and we are just going to do Waverly plaster. We're gonna make these white. And we are also actually going to do the Hello Summer in the same plaster. It's like an off-white color. And I usually use painter's tape for this, but somebody has taken my tape. So I'm using my husband's packaging tape. All right, so we are gonna put the word summer on here. And then hello. And the cool thing about a lot of these signs in Etsy is they have score lines where you know where to put everything. So you can see that there. It has the lines where you put it. So this has several components to it. So we are going to do all of these first. And need to grab, I'm gonna grab a foam brush. But today's keyword is summer, so if you type the word summer into the comments, you're gonna get my husband's Etsy link in a private message on Facebook. And you just click where it says summer Etsy, and then also Apple Orchard for my DIY website. And then you can check out that last chance section as well. But I'm just gonna use a foam brush, put some paint on here, and then I'm going to try to get off as much as I can, just so it doesn't go over the sides. And then I'm just gonna gently brush it all on. But did anyone do anything fun today? I've just been helping my husband do some things, and he actually, I told him don't get kidnapped, but he actually just met or went to meet up with a local person that bought something from his eBay store. Usually he ships his eBay stuff, but I guess this person was local. So I said, be careful. Hi, Jean, how are you? All right. So I like to put the paint on, but then also like take a lot off because I don't want it to like go over the edges. It still will a little bit, but I just don't want like big drips and globs. So we are just using chalk paint. I like chalk paint the most. You guys, if you've watched, you know that. It's my favorite paint to use, but of course you can use any kind of paint on these cutouts. This is just my preference. Did anyone do any crafting today? I wish I had time to just sit down and do some crafting for myself, but that doesn't ever seem possible. Oh, your pain, doctor. I hope that went well. In grocery shopping, I wanted to go to, what is it called? Trader Joe's today. It's a little bit away from the house, maybe like a half hour away from the house. But then I got a phone call and I got in a bad mood. And I was doing good and I got that phone call, and then I was just sort of blah. So then I was like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. So I've just been home today. So I'm just gonna go back over this again, almost like a second coat, even though it's not totally dry. Just to make sure. I'm live. Okay. All right, well, I made dinner. It's in the crock pot, but you guys probably won't eat it. Potatoes, sausage, vegetables. You want chicken nuggets. I love Trader Joe's too, but it's not like super close to the house. And I wanted to go see if they had any new stuff, maybe tomorrow, but I let my bad mood get in the way. All right, so I'm just giving this a second coat. There's fries out in the garage. All right, so let's flip it around, and we are going to do all the florals, and we're keeping it simple, and we're doing them all the same color, the cream. You definitely could do it in different colors if you wanted to. There's some that could be green and then pretty colors. But we are just doing all of these elements in the plaster. And I like using the foam brush. It's quicker, it's easier, but absolutely you can use paintbrushes, whatever you prefer. Mine is an hour. Oh my gosh, Jean, an hour, that's crazy. Then I guess I shouldn't complain for driving 30 minutes, an hour round trip, right? Gosh. Linda, I did get the results through my patient portal. but my follow-up is not till July 1st. So I don't have, like, I don't know what they're gonna do. But I did know the day of the scope that I have a hiatal hernia, which I had before and they fixed, but I have another one. I'm just gonna use this to get, I got a little bit of paint where I didn't want it, like in the crease here. So I have the hernia, so I don't know what they're gonna do, if they'll just leave it and put me on some medicine, or they'll want to do surgery again. I don't know. I've already had it fixed once. So my follow-up is the 1st, and I did get the biopsy results on Tuesday. I mean, I already knew I had inflammation because they told me right after I had the scope, and plus the pictures that they gave me, you could see that my stomach was basically raw, red and inflamed and pretty nasty. So they said that I have gastritis and erosion of my stomach. So I'm not sure what they're going to do about that, and obviously inflammation and everything, but I also have something that they found called Barrett's esophagus, and I've never heard of it. I don't know what they're going to do for it. I don't know what they do for it. I don't know if my hernia plays a role in that. So I went in because I was having acid reflux, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and no medicine really helped. And then I was to the point where I would eat certain foods as well, and it would irritate my throat, and I would start coughing. I'm not allergic to any food, so it was just really a weird experience. I mean, I have food sensitivities, but not like allergic. So I finally went in, and the pain I was having a few months ago, the original pain that they wanted to do the CAT scan and then the MRI, and then they found the mass on my ovary, and I had to have surgery and get that taken care of and taken out. We never pursued further the scope and why, like, it was hurting up here. And so now I know it was because of the hernia, but also the acid reflux. And I don't know if the acid reflux is because I have the hernia. I don't know. Okay, Linda, that's what I read, but then I mentioned it to some people and they're like, oh, I don't know about that. But again, they're not doctors, so we'll see what they say on the 1st. I'm actually not seeing my doctor, and I thought it was a mistake, so I called them today and said, hey, like, I have an appointment on the 1st, but it's not even my doctor. Was there a mistake? When's her next appointment? And her next appointment wasn't until like July 20th. And so I'm like, I'll keep the 1st. So yeah, but there was no pre-cancer or cancer. And that was a major concern because of how bad my stomach looked. So I'm very thankful for that, but all right, I'm all done with this part. I do have, I will have to have the scope every few years now because of what they found. But Linda, that's what I have read, and I don't really know too much about it. So you guys, I'm getting paint all over me, and here's my gloves. All right, so we painted those. So I am going to put those up there. We're gonna let those dry, and we're gonna paint the other part. Yes, the cancer was the part I was really worried about. So I'm very thankful. There is none. But it's like something else to add to my list, right? All right, so now we are going to paint the other part of this door round, and then we're going to do a chalkboard project. So I'm going to paint the back of this with Waverly Agave. And then I'm going to paint this part, the Hello Spring part on the front. I am going to paint it in Ballet Slipper. So I really wish now I would have got a bigger mat. I just got this off Amazon, and I think I need a bigger one. Maybe I should order another one. This was like $10 and it came with a pouch, it came with paintbrushes, it came with a water cup that like folds down. So this is in my Amazon store if anyone wants to grab one. Jean, not good. So he was working with a company that did his resume for him and then told him how to like, how he should set up his resume and how most companies now put the resume through AI. And so like at first it goes through an AI system. And so like an actual person doesn't even, you can tell I haven't used this one in a while. Look at it all fell. They put it through AI and AI looks for certain things. And if it catches certain things, then it sends the application to a person. And so he hasn't had very much luck. And the one job that he had a couple interviews for that we were really hopeful he might get with the Billy Graham Association, they actually decided not to have that job or role. So they completely like removed that job. So that was a bummer. But he was just, you know, he's afraid that his resume wasn't just catching the right eyes and the AI and stuff. So he actually hired a company to write his resume for him, and it was very pricey, but gotta do what you gotta do. So maybe with a new revised resume, he'll get more hits. But so bigger, oh boy, you guys, there's Mochi. Okay, she's taken over. That's Mochi, my daughter's hamster, but it is very difficult, Jean, and today was one of those days where I'm just sort of sick to my stomach and just feel like we don't have much time left, and it's just getting to me. Isn't she so cute? I finally touched her, but I will not pick her up. All right, so I'm gonna use a sponge. I get these at Walmart in like a 3-pack. Get her away from me. Take her away. Thanks, Jean. We appreciate it. Okay, so I like to use these sponges on the bigger areas. It's quick, it's fast, no brush lines, and it doesn't give like a super thick coat. It helps spread it out. I haven't used this in a while, and it's fairly full, but there's some crusty paint dried. So I'm just going to put this on here like this and just spread it around, you guys. It is so quick and easy. Normally you guys know, I only do one coat usually of these darker colors, but we'll see if we have to do another one or not. All right, so yeah, this mat is definitely not big enough. I probably should have sent this one back and got a bigger one, but now there's paint on it. All right, so you guys can see it covers really well. What is this problem up there? All right, and it helps, it just smooths everything out. So if you have not tried the sponge yet, give it a try. You might like it. Like I said, I get them at Walmart in a 3-pack, but you probably can get them at the dollar store. I think I actually did get one at the dollar store before. Walmart's hold up a little bit better. All right, so that is done. So we are just gonna sort of slide that there. And we're gonna see how easily these mats clean up, but I'm just gonna put this in my bin of water. It is so pretty. And it sort of matches the chalk. It's a little bit darker, the chalk signature color. What? Ranch? There's ranch in there somewhere. I just bought some. But do me a favor and type the word summer into the comments so you get today's supply list, my husband's Etsy link. And we're gonna do this part right here in the ballet slipper. And again, we're gonna use a sponge. Did you find it? All right, so ballet slipper, and we're just gonna put a little bit on here. And then I'm gonna spread it around. Also, because some of these have score lines, so you know where to put that, put like your words and different things. The sponge helps it not to be so thick as well, so you can see all your lines really well. But I thought these two colors would go really pretty together, or be really pretty together. All right. I don't know if you can hear Jacob laughing, but he's watching something on TV and it must be awful funny. Okay. All right, so there are, let me see if I can use one of these small ones. I got some paint in the little holes, so I just want to get them out, get it out. So I'm just going to use this paintbrush to get the paint out of these holes that they accidentally went in. Make sure there's none down here. All right, and then I'm gonna just try to smooth it out again. It's okay. Can you guys hear him laughing at his show? It must be one good show. That's one bad part of having my office open to the house. I tell everyone, like, going live, and then all of a sudden someone needs to eat, someone's laughing, someone's being loud. Okay, got both of these painted. You guys see how quick and easy that was, especially with that sponge. All right, so we're gonna put these aside. I'm gonna turn on my glue gun, and I'm gonna try to maneuver this. We're gonna see if we can move this without making a huge mess. All right, and then we are going to take the chalkboard. So now we're gonna do a chalk project, and I absolutely love this Apple Orchard Encore transfer. We have this transfer in an 18 by 24, so a huge design. Right now it's in last chance, so once it sells out the big size, it's gonna be gone, but they brought it back in a smaller size for those that are afraid to do the really big one or just want a more cost-effective transfer. And so we're going to use this honeycomb frame. I haven't used this since Easter. It's double-sided, so it has a white chalkboard or a black, and obviously you can spray this, wipe it all off, and reuse it. But this chalkboard is in last chance, and so is the small baby one that matches it. So if you're interested in this chalkboard, just check out the last chance section of my website. And then next month, I usually don't talk about new launches so like early. Most of the time, we don't find out till like the night before of like a launch, but this launch we know about because the ChalkCon is this week and all of that. But I believe like this July 7th or July 8th is when it goes live. And I'm just gonna tell you guys a couple things because I'm super excited about it. I usually, like I said, I usually don't talk about it so early because honestly, if you guys, anyway, not even gonna go there. Anyway, it's coming out, but I'm gonna tell you these so you can get excited. We are going to have new, I have to go back and see what they're calling them. For those of you that are afraid to chalk or you're afraid to ink, I know a lot of you are afraid to ink. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to ruin a t-shirt. So now we are going to have pre-made designs. There's a handful to choose from that are pre-made, and they are like a sublimation iron-on transfer. It's a one-time use. They come in a pack of 2. They're very cost-effective. And you use a heat press and you iron them on your shirt yourself. No chalk, no ink, nothing. Super quick, super fast. I am so excited for that because I know many of my customers have been afraid to try inking. They don't want to mess it up. You can't really mess these up. They're pre-done. You pick from a bunch of different designs that we have. There's a couple fall, everyday, Christmas, oh, what else? Christmas, fall, everyday. So those are really cool. No, I didn't go to ChalkCon. Long story short, my husband's not working right now. There is something right there, but every time I try to go get it, I don't see it. Because my husband isn't working, and you have to pay like a lot to go to ChalkCon just to get your ticket to go. Then you got to pay for a hotel, then you got to pay for your flight. And it wasn't something that even though I know it would help my business probably, I just couldn't do that right now, unfortunately. So I'm really bummed because this is the first year in 6 years that I didn't able to get my ribbons or anything like that. July 8th. Thank you, Amy. I couldn't remember if it was the 7th or the 8th. All right, so we are just gonna do this simple. We did this last week. We inked it. Let me grab it and show you guys. We inked it on this bag and we heat set it on here. And so you can use the same transfer with chalk or ink. You don't have to have a different transfer to interchange those two. So we're just gonna use vanilla. I love vanilla. It's more of a cream than a bright white. And we're just gonna put the chalk on here and then we're gonna chalk this sign. But my husband was able to add quite a few Chalk Couture transfer cutouts to his Etsy today. And he put some new Christmas on there for Christmas in July. It is so cute. It's a Victorian gingerbread Christmas village themed. It's super cute. So if you want to check that out, just type the word summer into the comments and you'll get that Etsy link as well. And if you have any questions, you can message me, and if I don't know the answer about Etsy, I will get it for you from him. But I'm super excited. The Christmas ones are so cute. I know some of you were asking for the Barn Hair Don't Care transfer in a cutout. He has that in a cutout. He has it as like the cow and the words together or separate. So there's a couple different versions. The new products I'm so excited about. There's also a new program they're gonna try, a pilot program, and it's sort of like a hostess rewards program, but what it's going to be, and this is sort of gonna be tricky for a lot of people, I think. I have to go and read more about it, but it's if you hold a workshop and you have so much in sales from that workshop, you get 3 free transfers. So if you have $250 worth of sales from that workshop, you're gonna get 3 transfers from Chalk Couture as a thank you. And so it's a pilot program. It's gonna go from the middle of July to the end of August, I believe. And while supplies last, it's something they're gonna test out. I know for me, I don't have any local customers, especially with moving and stuff like that. When I lived in California, I had in-home workshops and stuff like that. So I have to read about it. I haven't had a chance to read the specifics, like if you want to book one under me, but I'm not there and you just have it with your friends and you show them. I gotta read all the details, but there is that coming and we're gonna see how that pilot program goes. So if it will be a more permanent thing. So that's really cool because a lot of companies, you know, like, I don't know, Pampered Chef, or, you know, you have a party and you get goodies for hosting. So we're gonna try something like that. So that is exciting. We've asked for something like that for a long time. So we'll see how it goes. So here is the apple orchard and just a simple chalkboard frame. And we are going to be very careful because it is wet. I'm gonna flip it over and put it in here. We have our new fall paste colors. I'm gonna be posting a lot of this stuff in the VIP group, so be watching over there. So here is our apple orchard. I did the vanilla because I wanted it to match the frame a little bit more. I'll take a picture of that and put it in the comments so it's the right way. Linda, a Zoom would be amazing. We can definitely do a Zoom. I'm just super excited because now my customers can actually be more involved in that and have a party or like a workshop. Your friends come over and do a project and then you get goodies as a thank you. So I think that's going to be really cool. So here is that. If you guys, this is one of my favorite chalkboards. It's so decorative. I love it. Go check it out. It's in Last Chance. And all right, so now we are going to bring this back. And it's probably like, this seems dry, but we're gonna hit it with the hairdryer just in case. It's another reason I say it all the time. I like chalk paint because it dries super fast like our chalk. So, but I'm gonna hit it with a hairdryer just in case. Thank you, Linda, for the stars. All right, so I wanna make sure it's nice and dry. And then I'm going to bring this over here. These should be dry because I did these first. But if you guys are able and you want to, could you please share this video? Hit the share button, sprinkle it out to your friends. You can share it in Messenger to your friends if you don't want to put it on your Facebook wall. You can also heart this video. That helps me out, and you commenting actually helps as well because the more people that comment, the more it gets pushed out into Facebook. All right, so we are going to put this together. There was a little bit of pink on the back of here that wasn't dry, so now I have it on there. All right, I'm gonna try my super glue. If my super glue doesn't hold, I have my hot glue. Hi, Gwen, thank you for sprinkling. All right, I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. You can use wood glue. Because I'm live, I need something more permanent, like quicker. So that's why I'm using super glue. You can use hot glue, but you guys know I don't like the hot glue for these because it doesn't sit completely flat because the hot glue is thick, and so I don't want a like space in between. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna try this super glue and see how well it holds. And I'll probably use one bottle on this project. And if you glue your fingers together like I have before and online, you can use pure acetone to get it off. Hi Nancy, how are you today? I hope you're having a great Friday. All right, so pushing this down really good. I think I got it on my arm. Don't ask me how. All right. So we have that. I still have not been able to get the microphone set up, but I am tired of having my camera the wrong way. Star Bond glue. I will have to look for that. Medium Star Bond glue. I have a bunch of different ones. I don't even know what I have. All right, so let's take this off the tape here. When I take them off the tape, I try to hold it and then pull the tape off from the back so these delicate letters don't break. These are a little bit thicker, so, or not thicker, but since they're not connected, it's not as bad. Okay, so you can, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on the camera, but I can see it. There is, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see where the cutout, where the lines are to show you where the cutouts are. Get it on Amazon. Oh, perfect. And fast. I will have to go look for some of that. All right, so I'm going to just glue these on, and it shows you, oh, there's like a pink glob. Shows you exactly where to put them. So you don't have to guess if you're putting them in the right spot and having them spaced out enough. And I sort of just drop them. Because I don't want to smear the glue all over. So I just sort of drop them and then make sure it all looks okay, and then push it down. Yes, you can see it, okay. I mean, I can see it, but I just didn't know with my ring light and all of that if you guys could see where you put it. And so what's cool about these is you guys can paint these any colors you want, make it very colorful, make it your favorite colors. If your friend wants one, you can customize it to their colors. And it's there. I'm like, it's stuck to my finger. I have it on my finger. See, I always get glue on my finger. I really should have some acetone right here. I have been known to glue my fingers together on my live. So I try to hit it with, I got it on my fingers, but I try to hit it with a baby wipe so it hardens, and then I'll just deal with it later. So don't be like JC. All right, so let me hold this up and show you guys so far. Sorry, it is backwards, but there is our Hello Summer. And then we are going to put all the florals on there. And I lined them up. The only thing is I need to make sure the back doesn't have any paint. So if I need to move them, so they are cut with like an angle on the bottom so you know where to put them. And then if you ever do get one of these from his Amazon shop, you can always go to, or not Amazon, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Amazon. You can, if you ever get any of these from his Etsy shop, you can go to Etsy and you can look at the picture so you know how it goes. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. All right, I'm just making sure that paint is dry, because if I need to space these back out, I don't want white where it's not supposed to be. let me move them a little bit. So I definitely, with this one, I would not glue anything down until you have spaced it all out. Because it is possible that you'll have to move them. So these two end ones I put just so they're at the end. And then let me make sure I got them spaced pretty good here. Okay, I think that is good. Hopefully I have enough super glue in here. We shall see. All right, so this one is just gonna be right to the edge. And I'm not putting a lot of super glue because I don't want it to like bleed out and smear from underneath the sides, if that makes sense. I think these flowers are so pretty. You could also, like wood glue I have used like with a paintbrush and painted it on the back. And then put it down. Super glue, you can't really paint it on with a paintbrush. Your paintbrush gets hard and yucky. It doesn't work very well. You could even use like an E6000. It's just if I use that on my live, then I can't pick it up and show you guys the finished product. So I like to use something that's more permanent or dries faster on my lives so I can pick it up and show you guys. Oh, I think we're out. This might be the last one for this glue. Let's see if we can get any more out of this one. Does anyone have any fun weekend plans? It is supposed to rain here all weekend, I think, which is a bummer. All right, this one is gone. Let me open up the next one. We are almost done, and then I will hold both of them up. And I told you guys yesterday we have 2 new ink colors coming, 4 or 5 new paste colors coming, and one of the ink colors is espresso. And I think that's gonna be so pretty for fall. But I'm super excited about our new transfers. That is like a little sublimation transfer, and you just iron it on. You don't have to get ink. You don't have to buy any other supplies, no ink mat. You would just buy your shirt or your bag, whatever you want to put it on. So I think that's gonna be really cool. And I think it's gonna be very popular. We have a lot of new surfaces coming. More like smaller, affordable surfaces, especially if you're just trying chalk for the first time and you just want to try a smaller project. There's also going to be like, if you want to, you don't have to do it, but there is a program going to be on there on my website where you will pick like your transfer, your paste, a surface. Like if you want to bundle and make your own bundle, it will give you options to do that, and you're going to save by doing that. So I think that's pretty cool. It will give you like, this will go with this, or this would go with this, and then you can save money if you bundle. So just a lot of very cool things coming. I'm super excited and I can't wait to share them all with you. Hi, Anne, how are you? How is Savannah doing today? All right, so I'm gonna close this glue up. And we're gonna throw this one away so I don't get them mixed up. Throw all this away. All right. So look at how pretty. This one, you can poke a hole in it. I'll have, look at how pretty that is. I love these colors. Hello, summer. It's gonna be here before we know it, but this doesn't have a hole in that. I just noticed, but you can put one with a hole punch, like a crocodile or something, or I don't know, maybe it's gonna come with a little hanger for the back. I'll have to ask them about that. I don't, Anne, did you say, okay, I'm missing something. I see your prayer hands and I'm not sure what that is for, but I hope your daughter's doing okay. So this, super pretty, grab it on Etsy. And then if you're my Perks member, and you do not have, when someone joins my Perks program, I send everybody an email, whether you get them or not, I'm not sure, to join my VIP group, but also there is a code for my Perks members to save 15% on Etsy. So if you're my Perks member and you don't have that code, message me. All right, so then we did this apple orchard sign, chalkboard sign as well. I love it. A lot of these transfers, they are making so you can watercolor them in if you want, because you see the apples are just plain, but you could watercolor them in. There's also something coming that, okay, I'm gonna look it up really quick. I'm gonna look it up so I tell you what it is. I was shocked to see these. I got 50 tabs opened here. So I have access to everything that's new because I can order it now through the 30th or the end of the month. And so I'm gonna look this up really quick. So here is one of those, I'm gonna show you guys the new, they're called heat transfers and they're 2 packs and they come pre-done. You just buy your shirt, you just buy your bag, whatever it is, and you have a heat press and you just press it. So these are what they're going to look like. This is not all of them, but these are just some. And it's probably going to be backwards, but they're going to come on a sheet and you just heat press them on to, you see like that bag. And you don't have to ink it. You don't have to do anything. You just heat press it on your shirt. And they come in a pack of 2 and we have a couple different sizes, but most of them are the 8.5 by 11. But when I was gonna look, we have risers come in, we have gift tags, we have a berry ink, an espresso ink. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Which one do I want to show you? So we have you guys, I don't even, let me click on it. Okay, so what these are, I have to look more into them. I'm assuming they're probably still sticky and all of that. It's just a different kind of transfer by like Van Gogh. And it is a transfer. There's like a Monet, Van Gogh. So what you would do is they're also a different color. So you would get that transfer, you would chalk it in like a very light color, and then you are gonna watercolor it in, paint it in like an artist. So like how I showed you yesterday, the watercolor. So look at that, how cool is that? So that is something new that is coming. I love it. They have so many transfers that are cute. Van Gogh is your favorite. Awesome. I just think it's so exciting. Let me see, you guys, I have never shown or talked about things so early, but there's actually there's another Shimmer Forest chalk. So there's 3 inks, but 1 is a single and 2 are jars. And then the paste colors, I'm going to show you guys the paste colors as well. Let me show you. There's Lagoon, there's Ash, there's Marmalade, and Cabernet. So these are the new fall colors that are coming. And I believe there is one more that was like down the way. So let me look. Ivy is the other paste color. So Ivy. So I have never, like I said, I never ever have posted stuff so soon in my VIP group that is coming. But I am gonna post the lookbook in there sometime over the weekend so you guys can see everything that's new that's coming. So you can plan and prepare. And then also, if you want so much stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to pay retail, you can become a preferred customer of mine. It's called a Perks member, and you can save 30% on your orders all the time. You can become a designer like myself and save 40%. It is all up to you. I can talk to you, give you all the options, but you can check that out on my website as well. You love the Lagoon. I know, it's so pretty. I'm so excited. So excited. And it's like, the designs are just such high end designs, and they just keep blowing my mind with, this is a bigger launch. And there is some fall everyday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and winter, but we'll have our holiday launch in a few months. So there's more coming. So this is not it, but this is one of our bigger launches. So that is why you see the last chance section and the sale that's going on. Like, those things are going to be gone. They're either going to sell out or they're going to take them off, and then they're going to put the new stuff on. So if there's anything in last chance you want, go grab it, like one of these frames. Lagoon looks close to Tide. It probably is very similar. A lot of them sometimes are very similar. They're a little bit deeper or lighter, and then they change the name. But hi, Pat, how are you today? Kim, I know, I'm so excited. As a designer, we can earn product credit. Like, when you guys are Perks members, you get your $20 in perks every month, and that's it. Well, as designers, we get our 20 as well, but then we can earn unlimited. So I had $200 in perks, and so I used that, so I didn't get everything. And then when I get more of my free product credit next month, I'll get more. But what I do, you guys, is I end up trying to get everything, and then I just can't use it all. And so I'm really trying to be more strategic in what I show. For me, smaller designs sell better to you guys than really big transfers. Really big transfers are definitely a little bit of investment, even though you can reuse them. But that is why I always say Perks is the way to go, because you save 30% all the time, and you're a preferred customer. And so it's really a great program, especially if you really like to chalk. So a lot of you on here are my Perks members, and I thank you. I love that you get to save right along with me. Hello, Anita. Happy Friday, friend. We are just ending, but we did this lovely Hello Summer door round from my husband's shop, Etsy shop. And today's keyword is, what is today's keyword? Flower. I think it's flower. Today's keyword is flower, I think. And then we did this apple orchard sign, which I absolutely love. So, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to send me a message. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try to come on if I can. Weekends are just sort of hard. I never know for sure when I'm going to pop on, but if I do not pop on this weekend, I will be back Monday around the same time. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay well and safe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.